against this big Bulls pack. Interesting to see if they do. But I just have a sneaky suspicion that they'll keep this ball alive, Saints, in the early part.
Paul Wellens gets us underway then at Nosey Road. A vital match this is for the Bradford Bulls, and off the palms of Jamie Peacock, out, and it's going to be head and feed at the scrum to St Helens.
Well, that really is a very bad start. Paul Johnson should have really gone forward for that. They finally got to it in the end, but it was too late. Talk about putting yourself under pressure. Oh.
Through the arms of John Wilkin, and this now is Wellens once again. He has got Jamie Lyon, and on his inside is Mike Bennett. That's tackled though by Myers. The ball goes to ground, and Bradford have the ball back.
Well, there's a silly offload there by the loose forward Mike Bennett.
He is the danger man for St Helens, and they know. Look at that. 4 men closing in on Leslie Vinacolo.
Not a bad welcome party, was it? Oh.
And Fozzard is pumped up for this. He's been involved in the tackle with Vinacolo, just been involved in the tackle on Adrian Morley. And that is Stuart Fielden, who plays the ball to Ian Henderson, and here comes Myers.
Pretty solid defence from St Helens, it has to be as well. Bradford playing the ball extremely quickly, but keep your eye out for Nick Fozzard against Adrian Morley. That is going to be interesting. That is going to be worth watching all on its own.
Here's Adi Gardner for the Saints. As I say, they are unbeaten at home this year. League leaders again. They were in 1996 when it was first past the post, of course, and 2002. They will want to emulate those teams by lifting the championship, this time at Old Trafford on October the 15th. There's a little bit of water to run under the bridge between then and now. You can see the head-to-head in Super League. There's nothing much to choose between them, but here at Knowsley Road...
Oh, the swinging arm there from Ian Henderson. There was one earlier as well. Lee Ratford went in heavy.
I was just going to make the point as you watch that. Here at Knowsley Road, Bradford have only won 6 times in 32 years.
Not the best hunting ground for them, and that certainly won't help. Remember the mistake from the kickoff, and now they've given St Helens good field position.
Ryan Noble just watching as this attack builds for Saints. This is Mike Bennett, and he is forced backwards by 3 tacklers. Radford and Fielden were 2 of them. This is Mickey Hyam, and Roby filling the boots, as I say, of Sean Long tonight, and with the ability, this young man, of securing a place all the way to Old Trafford, he hopes. This is Wellens.
Well, it's a moment of glory for him. With 80 minutes to prove himself, James Roby is the talented player.
And Hooper, and he slides the kick towards the in-goal area. There's problems here for Vinacolo, but he does really well and gets the ball over the Bradford Bulls goal line.
Eddie, the big question tonight, I think, for St Helens is whether they're capable of handling the size of this Bradford side. Just look at the 6 guys they've got in the forward. They're big enough. Then they've got Paul Johnson on one wing, who can power it forward like any player in this league. Leslie Vinacolo on the left wing. So they've got 8 big guys whose job it is to go forward from Bradford. And the players like Hyam, Wilkin and Roby, it's a massive ask for them to physically live with the challenge that Bradford present.
Well, you can see there that the second rower, James Graham, had come out of the blocks far too early. He's got to learn to go in unison with his one line of defence. Got caught very cold there. Not the best pass either. Well, Bradford, they're all at sea at the moment.
And Fielden again takes a heavy tackle from 4 St Helens defenders. He will play the ball to Henderson. Here is Jamie Peacock, captain of Bradford, captain of Great Britain, of course, all wrapped up. And it's Fozzard who is over the top and round the back of him, but it's a penalty, and the referee wants a word with Nick Fozzard.
Well, it's been the pattern, hasn't it, for the officials throughout this season, especially in the latter half. No doubt about it. Fozzard just tried to twist his head off.
Earlier on, you also went over the top there. Just be very careful with the tackle technique, all right?
Very careful with your tackling technique.
Will Paul Deacon be tempted to go for the 2 points?
I think so.
Yes, he will. Well, victory here would put a marker down for the Bulls ahead of the playoffs. And of course they will want to put the record straight, Tony Smith, because they have lost to St Helens twice already this year.
Yeah, they'll certainly be determined here. They've got a lot to play for. That's all been stated so far, that But I just think it's interesting here. They'll certainly know how to play under this official. This is the third time in 4 games they've had Ashley Klein, so they'll know what's expected of them. Saints may, as we're finding out, may take a little bit to find out what Ashley's about because they haven't had him as regular.
This is Paul Deacon then to try and give the Bradford Bulls an early lead with the penalty, and he has found the mark. Deacon, he began the match needing 5 points for a career total of 1,700, so he's edged a little closer to that, and Bradford lead by 2-0. The penalty against Fossard and St Helens are made to pay.
I'd just like to pose a question to our guest, Tony Smith. You mentioned about referees having consecutive games with certain clubs. Do you think, Tony, that we should really even it out throughout the season? Is that fair?
Oh, it is a bad mistake by Saints again. But, yeah, definitely, Steve-O. They should be rotated amongst all the teams, and so, you don't get used to, anyone gets used to one referee, and any team has any sort of advantage there. But, those sort of systems aren't in place as yet, and hopefully they'll look at those sort of things and improve them for the future.
We'll be down to Dave Hatfield and the press benches in a moment when we see this attack from Bradford build, because it might be a crucial stage of the match. And of course Dave Hatfield and the gentlemen of the press have the say each and every week on Sky Sports as to who goes home with the watch as man of the match. Fielden dumps the ball down into the arms of Yestin Harris, who has really come back to form over the past couple of months, and a great offload to Ian Henderson, and Wellens and Hooper and Fossard had to be alert to hold him out. This is a great opportunity for Bradford. They spin the ball wide, and it's Leon Price. And Leon Price, oh, it's a gift for Paul Wellens. Right, down to Dave Hatfield, and possible man of the match, Dave.
As everyone knows, Saints are without key men tonight and for the rest of the season, so it's big boots to fill for Ian Hardman and James Roby. Hardman got the extra problem of coping with Leslie Vinicola and this good left-wing combination that Bradford have got going for them at the moment. Interesting to see Mickey Hyam starting rather than Kieran Cunningham, and watch out for a big game for Paul Anderson, isn't it? New lease of life that's coming here from Bradford. Bradford will have to play a lot better than they did for an hour against Huddersfield last week. They'll expect more from Adrian Morley, and I think they'll get it. But last week's star was Paul Johnson, who played second row, centre wing, did well in all 3. Leon Price switched to full-back to the edge, his future team. There'll be a lot of interest in his performance.
The pass went to ground, and St Helens have lost momentum there, and they've only made 6 metres forward in this set of 6, and there is a problem for Ian Hardman. Back it goes to their own goal line, and Wellens just hammers it downfield and anywhere. Paul Johnson picks it up, and here come Bradford again. Now then, have a look at Shontaine Harpy. He's got a Kevin Peterson. The man, of course, who is credited with that 150 odd in the Ashes decider that forced the draw, and for all good Englishmen everywhere, of course, it was a memorable moment.
It certainly was, but I can't see a bat.
Style of hair is not one of your best.
It's got to be a penalty.
It is.
Obstruction. He knew it as soon as he came back on the inside. Just lost the time in there, the big fella. There's Vinicola. From straight across. They knew what they wanted to do, but Vinicola came a little bit early. He knows it too.
Little grimace from Big Leslie.
What a season he's had, though.
And another chew on the gum from his coach, Brian Noble.
Tony, what do you tell your centre and winger who play on the right side opposite Vinicola and Harpy? How do you handle what they've got?
Muscle up for a start. You've got to get up in their face. You can't hang back and give them room. But to be fair, Leslie comes off his wing a fair bit. Another great move here for my Saints, but he comes off his wing a lot. The opposition winger doesn't see him all that much. Other people in the field do a fair bit.
Well, St Helens passing is leaving a little to be desired at the moment.
Well, they're testing their arm. They know that they've got to do this against Bradford, who gets stronger and stronger as the game goes on.
Leslie Vinicola, by the way, he needs some tries here, 4 of them, to overtake Mark Calderwood. Or get level rather with Mark Calderwood at the top of the try-scoring charts, and last time we saw him he got 6, so anything's possible. Johnson claims the kick, but is then bundled over the line by Willie Talau.
Great work. James Graham coming in to help. You can see there Eddie Gardner was shouldered away. A lot of people don't understand that rule. If you're running in the same direction, you can use the shoulder.
Jason Hooper is crucial to St Helens' chances of winning the grand final. His kicking and all-round play and leadership will determine just how well Saints do in the next few weeks. Great kick from him there to set up that position.
And Hooper will stay on for another 12 months at least. Mistake though from Wilkin, and Paul Wellens is absolutely furious. He picked the ball up then and he threw it away in disgust. And it really was a gift for Bradford on the very first tackle.
He's a competitor, isn't he, the fullback Paul Wellens? We know that. John Wilkin knows that. Wasn't the best pass, but he took his eye off the ball just at the vital moment. Well, two good clean breaks by St Helens, but full credit to the Bulls. They've got back in numbers.
Johnson will play the ball to Justin Harris. He'll find Lee Radford. That was a very good tackle by the young winger Ian Hardman. Henderson and Johnson again for Bradford, getting them up to the halfway line. It's Ian Henderson who finds Peacock. Peacock over halfway. Penalty. Bad tackle by St Helens. Poor technique.
Well, I've noticed this coming quite a lot. There's a heck of a lot of teams doing it. Two men go to smother the ball, then the third man will come in and twist the leg, try to, I don't know, maybe make an injury to the cartilage, but it is creeping into this game.
Here's Adrian Morley for Bradford. Ian Henderson waits, dummy half. Justin Harris. Myers. Second tackle for Bradford. They're 20 metres away. And here's Radford again. And Mickey Hyam stood his ground then, and it's Radford who's come off worst. I thought for a moment it was going to be Hyam who came off worst in this, but...
Oh, a head clash.
Well, it's just off the top of Mickey's head and straight in the face.
Oh.
I hope he's got a
That's the reason
mouth guard in.
Well, that's the reason why they wear them.
Easy, wait for the whistle. Wait for the whistle.
Mickey Hyam just had a little grin when he saw that replay on the big screen. Here's Justin Harris. Peacock. Henderson. And he's held up right in front of the Saint sticks. Leon Price, back it comes to Paul Deacon, and Deacon to Ben Harris, who lost the ball, and Saints have got it back.
Great work from Willie Challow there. No advantage, and that's good refereeing. There's a knock on, so it's on the last, but look at that. Challow straight into his face.
I think anybody who believed that St Helens were not interested tonight had better be thinking again.
Well, they're not going to surrender, are they? A record at home. They haven't been beaten yet. OK, London snatched that draw, fully deserved as well, but they want to finish on a high.
Been Bradford early in terms of possession.
Oh, that was high.
Not given. Morley was over the top of Mike Bennett. High in the dummy half. Hooper will dab the ball to the corner. There's work here for Leon Price to do.
Oh, great chase.
Wonderful chase led by Jason Hooper.
And what a great kick from Hooper himself. You can see the backspin on that. This is getting very tasty. Now, if the Australian referee, Ashley Klein, doesn't keep an eye on this, this is going to erupt. This is getting very tasty.
Langley is picked up and dumped on his back, the England international. There is Shontaine Harpy.
But it's not a game for the faint-hearted, this. This is really body on the line stuff.
Deacon right down the middle of the field. On the bounce to Adi Gardner. Gardner in the Great Britain squad for the Tri-Nations. And so too Justin Harris. And there's the Great Britain skipper, Jamie Peacock, with the tackle. Wellens. And talking of the Tri-Nations, of course, the competition follows on. The grand final Rugby Football League's information line is now open for business, and it's 0113-232-911 Monday morning. Any detail you need about the grand final or the Tri-Nations, that's the number to ring. It's building up to another fantastic end to a wonderful season. Hooper wide to Lyon, and Lyon escapes the net. Last tackle though for St Helens, and here's Hooper flinging it wide.
Was it taken out by Johnson? That's going to be interesting.
No, it's a tap on the 20, says the referee. Came off Eddie Gardner.
Plenty of height on it. The officials got it absolutely spot on.
Vinocolo running as first receiver from the quick tap.
Jason Hooper's kicking, creating all sorts of problems for Bradford, but to their credit, yet again, they've got back in numbers. It was quick thinking there by Paul Johnson. Good position.
Adrian Morley! Morley on the break! He's got Wellens ahead of him. Wellens stopped him. Talau finished him off.
Well,
great break from Morley.
The door just opened.
This is Harris. Here is Deacon. On the inside to Langley. Anderson is there. Here is Yestin Harris. Harris to Deacon. Deacon trying to jink his way to the line. That's the last one, and Bradford so close again to the first try of the match. Shantaine Harpy, the dummy half. Back he comes to Harris. Will he dink it into the in-goal area? Yes, he will. But it's too deep.
Now, I want to have a look to see whether he's being impeded.
I just want you to check to make sure that Yestin didn't get taken out late. Possibly a penalty.
Checking out to see whether Yestin Harris...
He's asking out about a possible penalty try.
Well, it appears that way. Well, what's he committed, Fozzard? That's going to be the...
You can't possibly give a penalty try.
It was penalty. I think he was looking at a penalty before the line.
Well,
in the strict letter of the law,
he can't do
this, can he?
He's got to go as though he's going for a try. And there's no way in the world Yestin's put too much weight on this. Well, this is going to be very interesting. I think the official has just made a boo-boo there.
He was right there to see it too. You know, it all happened in front of him. It wasn't like it was a, you know, did he touch the ball down or not? It was all in. It's up to the referee whether it's his opinion he was impeded or not the video ref.
And you see, the thing is, there is no other decision other than that. He couldn't say...
That's right.
No try, penalty kick.
No.
Attack.
Otherwise, the game's going to be stopped time and time again over every little issue. Now, remember when it first came in, we were going back 3-4 tackles.
You see, they do that in Australia, don't they? But what they do, they just have a quiet word in the ear of the referee out in the middle.
This is England. Forget about down under.
Blimey, you've been taking nasty pills for a fortnight ever since they brought Andrew Johns over.
What's the matter of that? We won the Ashes.
Oh, I see. Right, OK. This is Mauri Farsivalu. Which passport are you talking from now, by the way?
I was born and bred in Yorkshire and very proud of it.
Hooper, under pressure from Fielden, got the ball up high, but out.
Too long.
And out and on the full.
Well, you can tell by the defence from either side that Bradford and St Helens are opting for the kick. That's how tough it is to get through it.
Saw a nasty clash of heads involving Mickey Hyam and Lee Radford. Bill?
Mickey Hyam's come out of it unscathed, but poor old Lee Radford's had to go to the dressing room. It looks as though a couple of teeth have been loosened by the impact, and judging by that impact, he's very lucky that's the only damage. He should be able to come back.
Thank you. This is Henderson, and here now is Fielden. Quick play the ball from Bradford. Good ball to Ian Henderson. Great run. Halted by Wellens, halted by Hooper.
Smart
work.
Mike
Bennett's in there as well.
Smart work from the hooker.
This is Leon Price. Oh, big Leslie Vinocolo! Oh, they couldn't stop him. They simply could not stop the big man. And there's the first of 4. Will history repeat itself here tonight? Because last year he got 3 tries against Saints in the last round last year, and he pinched the league leader's try-scoring chart.
Beautiful work from the fullback Leon Price. The combination, they knew exactly what was happening. Watch him run on the angle and switch it back. Oh, there was no one there. No way that Bennett was going to stop this fella. He knows the way to the line, but what about the pass? All came from the poor kick from Hooper. Got them into that field position. Oh, they were caught napping. They've been working the first and second marker at St Helens, and the way that Leon Price just split them open to give this fella the chance, it was nothing short of superb.
Leslie Vinocolo has scored from that exact same move several times already this year, and Bradford are the best side. When they get to within 10 metres of their opponent's line, they score tries more often than anybody else in this league. So their strategy is pretty simple, Eddie. Get downfield, get to within 10 metres, and our big guys will get some points.
And the little fellas will as well from the boot of Deacon. He was our guest on Boots and All on Wednesday, and he was a little disappointed with his kicking last week.
Well, look at this. You can see there the hooper. He thinks that Shontaine Harpy is going to get the ball. He isn't. The big fella is. Boom. Only a brick wall will stop this fella. And even then I had to have a doubt.
Well, is he going to pinch the top try scoring award for a second year in a row on the last weekend of the regular season?
Well, a lot of controversy, wasn't it, about when I think it was Shontaine Harpy actually that made the break, should have scored himself and actually slowed down and offloaded with about 2 minutes left. That virtually gave him it. A lot of people criticised that, but it's all in the game.
And of course, 12 months ago it was Danny Maguire that was denied, and tonight it could be Mark Calderwood who is denied. I would imagine, Tony Smith, from your boy's point of view, he'll hope that he doesn't get over.
Yeah, that's true. It'd be a nice way for Mark to finish the year with us, but there'd be a nicer way for him to finish as well. That's a very personal thing, the try scoring, although a lot of team effort goes into those tries. I just noticed a little bit before that last try, and on a couple of the chase backs from St Helens, they're a little bit tired, some of their forwards. Daniel's only made the one replacement so far. I wouldn't be surprised if another couple come on and really try to buck them up a bit, because they're just a little flat. Sorry, he's made the 2 changes so far.
Well, here come the Saints now.
Well, I think we saw last night, didn't we? Remember when King and Thackeray came on? Certainly boosted Hull's chances for quite some time.
This is Farsavalou. Good tackling by Shontaine Harpy, Brad Myers, and a penalty. Deacon was there as well, and somebody knocked the ball out deliberately.
I just think the real spark will come when Kieran Cunningham comes on. That's going to be the big replacement. He's a bloke who can lift them, and I won't be surprised to see that soon. And just depends what Daniel's got in mind for his tactics here tonight. But he's the form player of the season.
And Fozzard will drive it in again, and Myers stood his ground. Langley held out. This is Roby. Here is Bennett.
There's a Bradford player down. He looks injured as well.
It's Brad Myers again. He needs treatment for the second time, and Farsavalou was waiting for the pass. It never came. And young Roby took the responsibility himself. This is Farsavalou, just short of the line. Roby's there again. Roby will spin it back to Hooper, and a knock on.
Well, not the best pass. It was always dipping towards him. And that's the second occasion that we've seen Saints in a very good position to attack this Bulls line. Hooper on that occasion, remember, it was John Wilkin that knocked on straight from the scrum base. And when you come up with errors like that early in the tackle count, boy, that is painful.
Steve-O, just thinking about the Kieran Cunningham and when he will be brought on, with the likes of Long and Albert and Sculthorpe and Mark Edmondson out for the season. Do you think Daniel Anderson's wrapping this fellow up in cotton wool?
Well, it's hard to say, isn't it?
He was named, wasn't he, in the starting lineup. Now he's on the bench.
Well, they have the luxury, as Tony Smith has, of the fortnight's rest. I suppose in many ways.
Mistake from Leon Price.
Good defence, though. Or was it a hand in there? What to say? It certainly looks as though Wilkin was involved. Either way, boy, there's been some crunch defence so far. You wouldn't think this was the 28th round, would you?
Wilkin to Talau. Flick pass to Lyon. Oh, and a pass from Lyon wide, and no chance there for Hardman.
Well, 99.9% of the time.
There's the St Helens men who are missing. There's Darren Albert and Sean Long. And Lee Gilmore, of course, is there as well.
Just making the point, Eddie, 99.9% of the time this season, Jamie Lyon, everything is offloaded with one hand, it's stuck. Not on that occasion.
Crowd saw Albert and Gilmore and Long in the big screen then, and rose to applaud them. And this now is Yistin Harris and Peacock.
Just to pick up on Steve-O's point there, I think Jamie Lyon actually passes better with one hand, with his flick to his winger, than he does with two hands. He hits the mark more often with that. He's lethal with it, but sometimes his two-handed pass is a little bit to be desired.
Passavalou in a lot of trouble as well. It's been one of those games. It's been rough, it's been tough, plenty of high shots.
Come on, James, wait.
Here's Harris, scampering from dummy half, looping pass on the bounce to Ben Harris. He's taking on Gardner. Talau's having a wonderful game in defence. He's everywhere at the moment. Johnson, Yistin Harris, Deacon, and Deacon shapes for the kick. He puts it in the air. No pressure on Wellens. And Wellens has got Morley ahead of him. And Myers.
Good work from Myers as well. He really is a workhorse. He's impressed me this season. That was a very high kick indeed. It was easy for Wellens. Could have made a cup of tea before he took that one.
Vinnie Anderson making his comeback. Roby. And here's Passavalou, recovered from, well, it looked like a serious injury, but he's, as you can see, very much back and in the thick of things now. Roby. And Hooper to Lyon. Spun to the ground by Shontaine Harpy. Hooper.
This has got to be a good kick. Oh, they're caught here. He did well. It's going to bounce.
Finds Johnson though. Johnson gets as far as James Graham.
Amazing tactic that I've been watching throughout this game, Eddie. Is the Bradford side, when they've got the ball, they're very difficult to put down.
This is Leon Price. Great break. Wonderful tackle from Mike Bennett. Quick play the ball to Ian Henderson. Bradford starting to motor. They're coming forward. And Vinnie Anderson and Wellens getting the tackle in. Here's Yistin Harris. Now it's with Deacon. Deacon looking for the runners. It's Langley and Leon Price. Off it goes to Yistin Harris. Harris attacking flat. Wide it goes to Harpy. Oh, hello. Vinacolo again. Vinacolo again. Grounded this time on the last tackle.
It took three to get him down. Surely the kick.
And it's with Deacon. Kick now maybe. Left-footed. They're all offside ahead of him. And so they will allow that to run dead, which they do. Deacon himself chasing after it.
A lot of panic play there when you're leading 8-0, and I'm sure that fella there will send out the message, come on, we've got to make sure that they get that kick in. It's got to be in the in-goal area. Allow us a chance to get the consecutive set of 6.
Eddie, I'm sure Saints would love one of those speedsters to find that breakaway try that we've seen so often this season, where they can convert from their own half, scoring obviously length of the field tries we see time and time again, because as the game's going on, the physical domination of the Bradford Bulls is forcing more of the match to be played inside Saints half.
This is Vinnie Anderson though now. 4 tackles gone. They're actually in the Bradford half at the minute, and it's with Roby to Hooper, and wide it comes here to Wilkin, who got the kick in, and that's going to be too deep again. Well, they're missing Long for the kicking, there's no doubt about that, and they're missing the speed of Albert.
Well, we're being critical in that department, but perhaps we should be praising both sides' defence, harassing the man that's getting the ball to kick. Big problem for Saints that I've seen is that they're a little bit slow in that first and second marker, as I said. Oh, and they've got them again for lifting the man. Well, I can't. I'm sorry, but I can't see anything wrong with that.
Stand up. You put him into a dangerous position there in case it could cause damage. Don't lift his leg up and put his head above the horizontal. No, you don't lift him up.
Did the leg come above the horizontal? Well, yes, it did.
Yeah, but I mean, you know,
Nick Fozzard, Steve, was sensational last week at Wigan, and he's been very impressive in the opening part of this game, but he doesn't normally play longer than 25 minutes without a rest, and that's maybe a part of the problem here now for Saints.
Well, it is, because Big Joe has arrived also. Joe Vanganar, and it's Henderson and Deacon, and he finds Lynch. They certainly have got some big men, haven't they? Good hands. Here's Harris, and Harris attacking the line, nearly through, scrapped to the floor by Wilkin after being halted by Talau again. Here's Henderson, and Henderson nearly through.
They're allowing him too much space, Bradford. He'll score here, I'm sure.
This is Johnson. Good defence again from Saints. Talau once more. Now it's with Yistin Harris. Here is Paul Deacon. The pass wide into the arms of Jamie Lyon.
Well, he was there, and he just says, pass it to me, and he did.
And it's a penalty to St Helens, which draws ironic cheers from the Knowsley Road faithful.
Well, I can't believe that. He had 4 players to pass to, and Jamie Lyon, no doubt about it, right over the top. Brad Myers made no attempt to roll away after being involved in the tackle.
Oh, but St Helens have not found touch.
That is a sin.
Straight into the arms of Leslie Vinacolo.
Well, you throw that in with the fact that they kicked directly dead in goal, gave away the penalty at the halfway, and Daniel Anderson, the Saints coach, will not be a happy bunny.
This is Vanganar. No, he doesn't look terribly happy at the moment. Is the home record going west? As Harris finds Harris, and Gardner rather, with another very good tackle. Here is Johnson.
Been impressed with the way that Liam Price has come into the dummy half position. He's making it very quick away from the busy area.
Oh, big hit by Bennett on Deacon.
And I'm not so sure that Bennett didn't get away lightly with that. He's a bit shaken as well. Full credit to little halfback Paul Deacon. He bounced up and said it was only a little fly.
Eddie, you sense a touch of frustration really amongst Bradford in their attack, that they can't break down what St Helens is just tremendous defence inside the wrong quarter of the field.
Well, they lead 8-0 Bradford. Here is Paul Anderson. Knows all about the balls, of course, Anderson, and they about him. That's the last tackle, though. The difference tonight, though, Phil, I think you're right, is that St Helens just not getting into the opposition half as easily as they have done, although that's a great kick and chase by Wellens. And this is Myers. Vinacolo to Jamie Langley. Ian Henderson. Vinacolo again. Good run again from the big fellow up to halfway.
Well, I know there was a panic in buying petrol this week, but I think both sides are going to be looking at the fuel tank.
Oh, great ball round the corner. Tallow! Has he got the legs on Peacock and Ben Harris? He has. They gifted the ball back to St Helens, and it was a wonderful ball round the corner. I think it was Wilkin. It was a wonderful pass to Tallow, and Willie Tallow has been dominant in defence, has suddenly found the speed to get over the line. Great try from Saints.
Superb riposte, wasn't it? Not the best pass there. Andy Lynch had no chance with that. It was really fired at him. But that is very intelligent running there from the centre, Willie Tallow. Watch this offload by Vanganar. Beautiful pass. But look how he runs on the arc. Peacock was trying everything that he knew. But Tallow knew if he runs straight for the post, he would have been nabbed. Came on the arc, went towards the corner flag. Game on. Boy, they needed that. Too many errors from both sides.
Amazing. He hasn't scored in the last 7 matches, but he's put that record to bed tonight. And he's not scored against the Bulls yet until that moment. Well, suddenly St Helens are back and involved very much in this match. 8-0 down, now it's 8-4, and this kick from Jamie Lyon to come.
Well, they're back because they've got speed. I mean, that's the 51st try they've scored that's originated from their own half this season. And only teams with really quick players and a sense of striking when the opportunity's there score that sort of record.
Jamie Lyon with this conversion attempt, and he has found the mark. Goal kicker in the last 3 matches, 3 from 3 against Wigan, 34 for the season, add to that 20 tries as well.
That's the way, watch him move on the arc. That's the reason why he got there in the end. They were closing him down. That is very clever rugby league football. He's having a super game, as Eddie has already mentioned. Top quality defence, and appears at the right moment, at the very right time.
29 years of age, 12 caps for his country. Oops. And Anderson knocks on from the kickoff. To be fair to him, A.D. Gardner collided with the post then as he went to try and field that kick. It's a goal line dropout for St Helens.
Hey, stay behind, guys.
You know, it always amazes me that drop forwards, Tony Smith, in that position from the kickoff. Is that something that every coach does?
You put a lot of your strong runners back there. You hope that the catchers field the ball, then hand it off. But, you know, of course, they're there for those sort of occasions. Prop forwards and any professional player should be practicing that. You know, those type of kicks. It was a difficult one, to be fair on Anderson there. It was going at the post and crossbar. It was a difficult one. I sympathise with him there.
Mistake here from Andy Lynch. Under pressure, lost the ball.
Shortcut, Steve.
Well, I made the point.
Jason!
Far too many errors from either side.
Lynch, he's been an ever-present for the Bradford Bulls this year, but it's 12 in a row now as substitute. Formerly with Castleford, he was relegated last year. Now he's on his way, he hopes, to a possible grand final in 2005. The way that people's fortunes can change in this game.
Certainly can. It was a bit of a slow season for him, but he started to get into the swing of things. It's important now that the Bulls just make sure that their defence is pretty tight. Remember that try from Kalau came from a very poor pass from Vanganar.
Hyam to Fasavalu. Back it goes to Hooper. And Hooper just about gets over the halfway line on the last tackle for Saints. Here's Wellens, the kick to the corner. Stands up nicely though for Leon Price. No Michael Withers tonight, of course, for the Bulls. Leon Price at full back, and St Helens have a penalty here.
Interference. None without the football. Oh, that's silly play.
And Brad Myers said something out of turn. He won't have any messing, this ref.
Nope. Well, I think they've been badly done to it. I don't really think that Brad Myers did anything wrong there. That has just baffled me.
He's going to explain it now to Myers, I think.
Yeah, there's two Saints players that were trying to get across the Leon. Yeah, but that's fine, but you shifted.
Well, has he explained it to you?
Yeah.
What he's trying to say, Brad Myers claimed that he ran in a straight line. The referee says, no, you didn't, you changed direction. I suppose the replay of that will show, won't it? He seems to be going pretty straight there and bumps into the Saints player.
He just bumps into Hyam, and that's it. There's nothing more to it than that. It isn't as though he's taking Hyam out. Look at this, he's just strolling along. Well, with some of the defence and the big hits we've had that have been just waved away, we get a little bit of a pat on the shoulder, and whoa!
There you go.
No, he's missed it, Jamie Lyon. Maybe justice seemed to be done there.
Well, if they get the possession back, that's a problem.
Well, they do. Tony Smith, what was your take on that decision?
Oh, I think Brad knew what he was doing. You know, the fact that he kept running into those players. Yes, he's entitled to run in a straight line. Yes, he's entitled to get back on side. But if there's a Saints player in front of you, you don't have to keep running at him.
Okay, that's why the penalty was given, and then it was marched 10 metres further forward for a back chat by Myers. Here's Anderson. Robbie Paul sticks to his guns then.
Pretty smart move as well from Brian Noble. He knows that Robbie Paul has got the pace and the eagerness from the dummy half position to inject a little bit more into their attack.
Vinnie Anderson to Jamie Lyon. Well, that's a penalty the other way for lifting the legs. Consistency from Mr. Klein in that department, to be fair.
Well, I mentioned earlier, this is something that's coming into our game over the last 5 or 6 weeks. Brian Noble knows that it is a sin.
This time St Helens fine touch.
Surely, Tony, they're not in a position where they're doing that on purpose.
No, definitely not, mate. You know, every club and every player practices good driving tackle technique. You know, occasionally, you know, that as you crouch down, when you straighten up, those things can happen. It's not done intentionally, and if so, it should be dealt with.
St Helens in possession then with Vinnie Anderson. Back it comes to Jason Hooper. Here is Paul Wellens. Just changes the direction, Wellens. Swerves away. Back it goes to Vinnie Anderson. Here now is Hooper. Whoops. Justin Harris is all round the back of James Graham.
Talk about controlled defence. There wasn't one Bradford player came out of the line. They just stood there.
Wilkin with a dab to the in-goal area, and Leon Prowse allows it to run dead.
In the middle. In the middle.
Doesn't look too impressed, Daniel Anderson.
Johnson. Oh, I was going to say halted 5 metres away from where he received the ball, but a great run from Paul Johnson, operating today on the wing.
Again, a high shot from Wilkin. Well, we got the nudge from Myers and a high shot there, and it's play on. Confusing.
Langley to Deacon, inside to Yestin Harris. And Myers and Harpy and Vinacolo bounces one out of the way, but St Helens muscle up in numbers to bring him down. Pushing and shoving between Hooper and Harpy. Deacon. Oh, Andy Lynch on the break. He's
not Tom.
Well, he had Robbie Paul with him, and
he
was left in two minds.
I think he offloaded. I think Robbie Paul knocked on.
Well, the referee is not Bradford's favourite personality at the moment.
Yeah, he certainly offloaded. And then they held him down.
So, well, when Robbie Paul came on against Huddersfield last week, apparently the tempo of the game changed completely. That was Paul Deacon's view on Boots and All on Wednesday anyway. Next week's Boots and All, by the way, has Rob Burrow of the Leeds Rhinos as our special guest. Sky Sports 1 from 6. You've given him the day off, Tony. Thanks very much. Farsavalou. Good run. Great run from Farsavalou and good defence from Bradford. Hyam. Oh, nice little scamper from Hyam. Offload to nobody. Hooper picks up, retains possession. Vinnie Anderson. Still Vinnie Anderson. Willie Talau. Still Talau. They're back where they started, really.
Again, we see that controlled defence.
Hooper.
Keeping him one line.
30 seconds to go. It's the last tackle here for St Helens, this set of 6. Up goes the bomb from Wilkin, up and behind him. Graham picks it up, and Graham hammers it forward. And Anderson was in the way, and Wellens was adjudged to be in front of the kicker anyway.
Well, kick for touch, tap the ball, and hoof it high.
Come on, guys, on the line!
5 seconds of the first half remaining. Bradford ahead 8 points to 6.
Got to go up.
Deacon. It's a drop goal attempt. It's a drop goal attempt from Deacon, and it just goes wide. There's the half-time siren. Well, an intriguing first half as Deacon tries to end it with a one-pointer just the wrong side of the posts. Well, Bradford bossed it physically in many ways, but St Helens, with their absent stars watching from the stands, they have matched them all the way, apart from when Leslie Vinacolo gets sides of the line. 5 metres out, he's unstoppable, and Bradford are ahead by 2 at the break.
And so we've got plenty of blokes who can step in and fill our shoes. So tonight will be their first little hit out, and hopefully they can come through the game well, and it'll give them a bit of confidence going into the finals.
Just a quick word on the second half ahead. It looks as though it's going to be a tough one.
It is. There's plenty of drop ball going down, so at the moment it's a bit messy, but hopefully if we can tighten that up in the next half. We're only 2 points off, so it's not going to be too bad.
Did you see the kick-off? Did you see the lesson that Paul Anderson learnt from his mistake in the first half? He took the ball as it came over the top of the crossbar and almost fooled everybody. Charged down by Myers. It's 6 to go. He did really well, Anderson, to keep hold of the ball for Saints. That's why they have the possession here, start of the second half, and 6 to go because Myers went for the charge down.
A lot of coaches throughout the world, think that is an unfair sort of ruling against a guy who's made all that hard work. Maybe it should just go as a turnover if it's on the last.
Lyon to Anderson. Back it goes to Wellens. Wellens is turned over hurt. And Wellens is hurt, is he? The referee has penalised Vangenaar for not getting off Paul Wellens.
Well, Vangenaar's saying he knew that he was hurt. He was just holding him, I think. And again, we get back to this. See how they twist. Watch them twist him.
Yeah, if you get up, then I can
right
see.
on
If you get up, then I can see that he's
lower back in the hip region.
That would be a huge blow for
would it ever.
St Helens if this fellow is badly hurt.
He's tough as Sikh. Not only a blow for St Helens, it'd be a massive blow for Great Britain.
It would, but fortunately he's back on his feet a little gingerly. But still, he is still out there, Welland. And Saints are in within a couple of metres of the Bradford line. And here's Jamie Lyon.
What about the penalty kick, Eddie? About a metre from the corner flag. Unbelievable kick.
That's James Graham. Finds Mickey Hyam. Finds Farsavalou. And Lynch did well. He stood his ground. Oh, almost through. Just short. Hyam is there. And Hyam fires the pass to Wellens. And Wellens, injured just a moment ago, gives it to Paul Anderson. Will try and trundle it forward. This is Wilkin. Good defence from Bradford.
Surely
Vinnie Anderson.
Will they do the stab?
No, they give it instead to Graham. What a great tackle that was. And it was Ben Harris. Kick to the in-goal area is too deep from Wellens.
Nice option, just a bit too strong. Jamie Lyon knew it was coming. They'll get back as quick as they can.
They'll have to because the ball's in play again. This is Langley.
But that's a good pressure option, isn't it? Just that little dink into the in-goal area. Okay, a little bit too strong. Oh, that's a nice switch to the blind side. I'm not so sure that Myers realised that Vinocola was going to do that.
Here's Paul Johnson.
He's worked hard as Paul Johnson. Gone looking for work.
Look out, Vinocola's on the way. Oh, he's just knocked Hooper out the road and he loses the ball. Oh, it was stolen.
Or wasn't it one-on-one?
Well, that's a huge call from Ashley Klein. Well, no, there were more involved originally, you see. The crowd are with you, by the way.
Well, if you're still struggling and the tackle isn't complete and you pull away.
There was two in there, then one fell off, and then you took it out.
It's a grey area.
He's just said to the St Helens defenders there were two in and then one fell off. And here is Andy Lynch.
Well, I must say, as I said at half-time, Ashley Klein going through the rule book.
It's Robbie Paul and Shontaine Harpy. And Harpy takes a tumble, only two tackles gone. Robbie Paul, back he comes to Deacon. Vanganar. St Helens again, muscling up in defence. Another big test for them here. Robbie Paul, Brad Myers. Jamie Lyon standing up with him. And eventually they haul him down on tackle number 4. Robbie Paul to Deacon. Deacon in field to Harris, Justin Harris. This is Leon Price. Tallow again with the tackle, but he got the ball away just the same to Ben Harris. And Tallow again. Leon Price. Justin Harris, little dink over the top, plucked out of the air by Vinnie Anderson. Oh! He nearly lost it. He did lose it, but it went backwards.
Just in time as well. And the crowd screaming that Justin Harris wasn't standing square. That's pretty solid defence.
You're right, Steve. Well, that's superb defence though from St Helens as well. On their own line there, Bradford threw everything they had at them. Full width over to the left, then over to the right. Saints able to withstand it, even the short kick over the top. They really are up to impress here tonight.
This is Murray Farsavalou. That's the last tackle. That's great defence here from Bradford. 20 metres they've restricted St Helens to. Here comes the kick from Hooper, up and over the top, and he's found the deck, which just offers a couple more seconds for the St Helens chasers to get forward. Johnson, met by Mickey Hyam, helped out by Mike Bennett. Deacon, Vinocolo, wide to Harpy. And he does really well, the youngster. Here's Brad Myers.
You just get the feeling that it's going to take something spectacular to break down either defence.
Robbie Paul, Deacon. Back it goes to Justin Harris. Space here on the bounce into the arms of Ben Harris. Rushes away from one, still going.
Come on.
Leon Price, good run. Flicks the ball away. And that's Paul Johnson tackled on the last. Willie Tallow, I don't know whether he dropped his watch in water this week, but he's after the Man of the Match award here. He's having a blinder, and that's Hooper.
Well spotted as well by the standoff. He's having a big game, but again
But Vanganar was not standing square then.
well, they've done it all the time.
Here are the matches coming up next weekend. Elimination playoff, 3rd against 6th. At the moment, that's Warrington against London, but things could change. If Bradford hang on for the win here, it could be Bradford. Next Saturday, elimination playoff number 2, 4th v 5th, 5:55 again on Sky Sports 1. And I've also given 6th place to London, but Wigan, I think, are so far behind in terms of points difference.
Well, London have got to beat Widnes.
This is Vinacolo. I think it's London who are in pole position for all that.
Points difference, yes.
Yeah, points difference is so vastly superior to Wigan and Huddersfield. Huddersfield missed the chance last week.
I'm just wondering when this game will just start to explode, because both sides will get tired, and that was a mile forward and seen by the officials.
Well, the touch judge has got about 4, 5, 6,000 people screaming right behind him, and he gave the decision to Ashley Klein, and it was forward.
Yeah. That's what they're there for. Not there to just wave that flag, fanciful.
Saints have done well to withstand the pressure there. It's all been Bradford in this second half so far, in the camp down in their end. So, you know, Saints, if they can kick on from that point, they've got a real chance, but they had to withstand some pressure.
Isn't Mauri Farsivalou growing in stature week on week?
He's a classy player.
Here is Mickey Hyam. What a replacement this fellow is for Kieran Cunningham when Cunningham is not on the field.
And it's taken a while for him to get back into the swing of things after his injury.
Mason. Talking about getting back into the swing of things, Keith Mason is. He has missed the last 6. Wilkin. And Wilkin to Paul Anderson. Vanganar missed him. He spun away from a couple. Robbie Paul got to him. This is the last one for Saints. And Wellens dabs the ball in goal. Knock on by Leon Price. Off the chin, he said.
He was in a good position, was the official. Look at this, he was reading the ball. Interesting. Can't really see from that angle.
Well, he made the play for it.
Yeah, he touched it on the way down. There's a good kick. Need pressure.
Still, we wait for Cunningham.
Well, you know that if they put him on the field, they'll certainly find a try, one way or another, whether it's through himself or the players around him. Bradford, likewise, they can't really find somebody when it gets their end of the field who can create a chance for them.
I don't think they need
St. Helens on the go here with Anderson. Back it comes to Hooper. Here is Wellens. Wide it goes to Jamie Lyon. He tries to go inside half. He gets it away to Wellens. Wonderful try. Paul Wellens has been hunting that all night. Lyon, the provider again for St. Helens.
How on earth did he get rid of it? He was smothered, and yet Jamie Lyon has come up with a supreme offload that could win this game. This is the incident where Leon Price said it came off the chin, didn't get the benefit of the doubt. But watch this. How on earth has he got rid of it? Come to daddy, bang. Oh. Paul Wellens does not loiter. He puts himself in a position where he reads the game ever so well. One of the best, in fact. He's put the ball there. Right, a lot of players at just rest. They'd say, well, let's see if Lyon can get there. But no, the fullback said, support. Support, supreme. It is so important in the game of rugby league. And you will be rewarded.
And Wellens was rewarded with try number 17 of the season. And I'll tell you something, not only did we hear the crowd in here tonight cheer that, I think we got the echo from Warrington as well when that one went over. Saints hit the front for the first time, and Lyon, can he add the extras? Yes, he can. 12-8. St Helens lead.
And fully deserved. Tony Smith mentioned a few moments ago the pressure that Saints had to do in defence. And you often say, especially Australian coaches, Tony, defence will win you matches.
They usually do, Steve. There we go for the post again. They've got another result. Yeah, they've got another result from that kick. What a great contest it's been between Shontaine Happy and Jamie Lyon, hasn't it? It really has been almost worth the admission fee. They've really thrown a lot at each other. Jamie probably just scraping him by points at the moment.
Eddie, the last team that had a goal line dropout scored just a few seconds after that was, of course, St Helens. Can Bradford do it their way?
Off the boot of Adrian Morley, and look at the chase from St Helens from that. Double change by Brian Noble. Here is Robbie Paul. Jinks away from the would-be tackler, who was Mason. This is Langley.
This game is not over yet. There's still plenty of fire in the Bulls.
Robbie Paul.
They've just got to be
Fielden.
Got to be a little bit more patient. Remember, they only had 8 complete sets of 6 in that first half. They've got to just grind this one out.
Nice scoot from Robbie Paul. That's tackle number 4. Oh, penalty.
Interesting. Will they take the 2? I think they should. Certainly squeezed out. They've gone for the tap instead.
They have. They feel that they've got St Helens on the rack, and it's a big test of the defence. Robbie Paul. Back it goes to Deacon. Deacon infield to Yestin Harris. Now here is Jamie Peacock. Great ball to Adrian Morley. He was expecting to be clattered by Anderson. He was in the end. Robbie Paul again. Another little surge from dummy half. They're inching closer and closer to the line. Leon Price. Leon Price to Yestin Harris. And Harris looking to spin it wide, then electing to come back on the inside to Deacon. St Helens shut the door in his face.
Can they soak it up time and time again, though, this Saints defence?
Here's Fielden. Here's Fielden. And Fielden is just short of the line. Last tackle. Harris. Back it comes on the bounce. Untidily to Deacon. And St Helens do survive.
Great work from the hooker there, Mickey Hyam. Went right in the face of Deacon. He'd no chance of getting that away.
I know we're a week away from the playoffs, but this game has got all the intensity of a playoff.
It certainly has. You know, St Helens would have much preferred not to have had the injury to Sean Long, but this, when it happened, and the game here today has given them a perfect opportunity to prepare. They're at home. You've seen some new leaders emerge within the squad. Mickey Hyam taking on more responsibility, and the character really, and the teamwork from the side. Very impressive here, just about to go into the playoffs.
Talau. And still no Kieran Cunningham. Wilkins dabs the ball.
Too strong.
I wonder why, if Kieran Cunningham, and he's made no attempt so far tonight to be brought on by Daniel Anderson. And I don't know whether they have got anyone else fit, but if they're not going to bring him on, why put him on the bench?
Well, you know, Mick Hyam hasn't played a lot of rugby league this year. You know, he'd probably like to give him a fair hit out here if he can. And he's looking pretty fresh. He's doing a lot of defensive work, and he's made a few good runs there out of dummy half. I reckon he's keeping him up his sleeve. You know, there's some important games. He'll use him if he has to, but there's some big games coming up ahead here.
Okay, but Steve-O has always said that he wouldn't mind seeing Kieran Cunningham playing a prop.
Oh yeah, he could play anywhere you want. I reckon he'd do a pretty fair job at fullback too when he's if he wanted to. That's not the point. I reckon he's just keeping him there if he really needs him. The rest of his boys are really putting in and making a great effort here.
Well, Jamie Lyon was pulled back then. The referee saw it.
And so did the touch judge. I say, at one point it looked as though it was going to get out of hand, but from there on in, after the first 15 minutes, the spirit has been pretty good from both sides.
Well, there's no needle. It's just good, hard, tough, honest endeavour.
Rugby league.
Correct. Hazard.
Got it across the chest.
Bennett.
Well, the forwards are running into each other as though they say, you know, it's a coconut shy. Come and have a go at me.
Hooper and Fasavalu.
What is it? 2 bob for 5 balls? Well, it would have been in your day.
You've not been to the fair very often, have you, lately?
Hands out! Jamie, come on. Wait, Adrian, wait.
I go to the fete quite a lot.
Fasavalu again.
He's got through a ton of work, hasn't he?
Last tackle here for St Helens.
Is it a 1 point?
Here's Hooper. Crossfield kick. Looking for Wellens. He was nudged. Referee was right on the spot.
Eddie, you know, I bet Brian Noble just hopes his team stick in here now with some patience. I think the message he needs to get to his players is the fact that, listen, we can win the game in the last minute if we carry on doing the right things for the next 20 minutes. They don't need to score in the next few minutes. That's maybe the mindset that some of the players are getting into, and the frustration that's crept into some of their attacking play.
It's amazing, though. It's so important for Bradford.
Yeah.
In terms of the league leadership and the league placing, it means nothing to St Helens, but you wouldn't believe that if you were just into this ground from Mars tonight.
But winning's a habit, Eddie, and you don't want to lose that habit.
Accept that. Deacon, nice kick into open space. Well claimed by Lyon. Away from Harpy, away from Fielden.
Oh, what a tackle.
Couldn't get away from Adrian Morley, and James Graham with a problem. Here's Hooper. You said it was a coconut shy, Steve-O. I think Graham's nose is bleeding. Mason.
Oh, that was a high shot from Eddie.
Well, he says it went off the shoulder, so he says play on. Hooper. A dab through. And a chance here for the speedster Gardner, but Leon Price hacks it out.
He's had a brilliant game, this fella, Leon Price. A lot of raised eyebrows when St Helens went in to have this guy for next season. But he's shown the St Helens crowd that he's going to be something special next year.
Well, his utility value alone is terrific. He can play stand-off, full-back, centre, wing.
I've been critical of Leon Price for many a time in regards to he goes missing sometimes in the game. He doesn't give that, what I feel, the full 80 minutes. And he's such a talent, but he has today. In fact, if Bradford are going to win this, I reckon it'll be Leon Price that will tip the scales.
Fazard takes it back where it's tough. Peacock stands over him. Mason will want to impress because, of course, there are obviously places up for grabs between now and the end of the season. Here's Bennett.
Bradford have got to be careful they don't go on a high shot and give away a penalty.
Fazard. Hooper. Wide to Tallow.
Been really cat and mouse, hasn't he, out in the centres.
And that is James Graham again. The blood stemmed from that nose. Roby. Back it comes all along the ground. It trickles to Hooper. It's with Wellens. It's wide to Lyon. And Lyon with a good dab. And Price with work to do. And Price with work to do. And he's trapped in goal.
The perfect little dink through.
The generals, Phil, you're right, are all coming to the fore. Lyon, Albert and Long and Gilmore and Sculpthorpe out. Look around you tonight. Men here can take Saints to the grand final.
Perfect timing, really, from the Saints' point of view here now. The fans just giving the boost to the players. Young players growing in confidence as the game goes on. John Wilkin handing on to Fozard. Some of the old guys, Fozard, Tallow, Paul Anderson, they're doing what they need to do to give the young guys a chance. Third goal line dropout in less than 10 minutes. This takes some defending here now for the Bulls.
Gardner will get to his feet and play it to Roby. And Roby looks and gives it back to Wilkin, who gives it back to Roby.
I think he's acquitted himself exceptionally well, James Roby.
A looping pass into the arms of Hooper. Here is Wellens. Now it's Wilkin. It's opened up for Wilkin briefly.
Well, they're working the crisscross, going on a different angle. Bradford look out on their feet, don't they?
Bennett. Hooper. Tallow. Tallow! Oh, sensational. Don't want to do Dave Hatfield out of a job, but he's my man of the match.
Tallow the TikTok. I'm with you. Absolutely superb stepping run. I mentioned the fact that Bradford looked out on their feet, and it's no surprise with the amount of pressure that Saints have done. Difference between the two sides. Bradford did that after the restart. Saints held out. They held out magnificently. And this guy, could that be the match winner? Could that be the celebration? I think it may well be. There's still plenty of time, but they do look very tired, the Bulls, at this point in time. The Saints fans are happy.
Look at the girls, they're loving it.
The blokes are pretty happy too.
Great try from St Helens.
It's amazing, you know, last night, Hull, they really fought back into it. Warrington showed their superiority late in the game, and it was Hull that after that game went around with a Challenge Cup trophy. It was a bit of a fizzer, and maybe some of the players here have said, listen, you want to show to our crowd that trophy, we'll do it the right way, and that is after we've had a win. Still plenty of time to go. Don't write off Bradford yet, but this conversion is crucial.
Lyon doesn't miss those. St Helens have just taken a stranglehold on the match, 18 points to 8. But Steve-O's blob on, Phil, there is a long, long way to go yet.
Yeah, I don't think the scoreboard will worry Bradford too much. They've come back from worse than this already this year. What might worry them is the fact that they're dropping off 1 or 2 tackles. When the Saints player takes the ball forward, there's another pretty good kick-off from Deacon. It's always a dangerous ploy from them whenever they put that kick in. They're dropping off 1 or 2 tackles. Oh, big decision here. Now, what's this call from the touch judge has given? The fact that the ball has gone out of play, it's going to be a goal line dropout in front. The St Helens player must have stepped over the dead ball line with possession.
He's right. He's absolutely right.
Well, it's a stud, isn't it?
Just the heel.
Certainly the stud went down. It's a big call. I mean, we couldn't find it conclusive.
You'd want
the television replay.
You'd want the touch judge's eyes, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Morley will drive it back for Bradford.
To be fair though, Phil, he didn't have that advantage. He would have seen the heel well over the whitewash, so I think he's got it spot on.
Here's Peacock. It's another test of the St Helens defence. As we said at half-time, we praise this team so often for their attacking flair, but they can also dig deep in defence, and they'll have to here with Harris to Deacon. And the runner is Leon Price, and here is Shontaine Harpy. Great tackle.
He's done a good job.
Want to get on with it quickly. Leon Price! And
So
Leon
close.
Price is held up short. Last tackle. They're defending the line, St Helens, as though their lives depend on it. Deacon, infield to Yestin Harris. And wide and behind Paul Johnson. Picked up by Paul Wellens.
Swinging arm as well. Ben Harris certainly caught the full back. I went backwards. Great defence. Super stuff.
Brilliant.
Outstanding. From both
Henderson
sides.
and Radford.
There's
Forcing St Helens for another goal line dropout.
There's still plenty of time, we said that.
He's got a bit of an eye, hasn't he, Mauri Pasavalu? There's a scar of battle, and we're not even in the playoffs yet.
Good work from this fella, Ian Henderson. He's done a fine job, you know, for the Bulls.
He has.
Since they brought him in.
He has been the solution to their season-long problem.
Yep.
And of course he will be hoping that his brother makes it into the Super League with Castleford. He's one of 3 brothers, actually. Henderson brothers, currently operating in the British game. Ian Henderson, number 9 there at dummy half, scampering away with the ball. No way through for Fielden.
Could have been a penalty. I thought the referee had called held.
Henderson again. Here is Yestin Harris. And Johnson hit that at pace, but again, Calla.
It's all over the place, isn't it?
Yestin Harris. Leon Price thought of the long pass. And Fozzard got him.
Fair and
I'm
square.
afraid.
Who, me?
Tony, if Bradford don't score here, will they ever score?
That's a bad one.
This is Adrian Morley. That's a debate for a moment, if you wouldn't mind, fellas, because look where Bradford are. Deacon. Oh, Radford nearly fumbled that. It's a great opportunity for Bradford to get back into the thick of things with Deacon and Leslie Vinacolo. They stand still. Henderson. Easton Harris. Leon Price. Ben Harris. Ball to deck. Here is Johnson, and Johnson's in the corner. The referee maybe... No, he'll give it. The referee gives it without reference to the video referee. Well, in answer to your question, Mr. Clark, they will score. And they have through Paul Johnson.
Take his chance, they tested their arm. And rightly so, instead of taking the kick. Did well. Leon Price did it. That was pretty poor defence. They stopped, they thought there'd been a knock-on. And that split second was sufficient for Johnson, who's had a fine game. They all stood around, and it was too late. He fully deserved that. He really has worked hard, both in attack and defence. You can see the shock and horror on the face of Paul Wellens.
Big kick here for Deacon. This will put them in it. Oh, off the post. 18-12. It's still a converted try, but Paul Johnson, second row for the last 5 games. He has, of course, won Great Britain caps on the wing, hasn't he? So, no stranger to the job.
They're being tested there, Saints, but they, you were saying there before, Clarkie, about Bradford being the best at scoring from within the 10. It took them some time to do it. Some credit to Saints, but credit to Bradford too. They stuck to it and forced more dropouts. And geez, they've really been good at that and forcing some dropouts from kickoffs as well. They've had some great success tonight.
Easton Harris, it comes wide to Brad Myers. Oh, and he's gone straight round the youngster Ian Hardman. And here goes Brad Myers. He's got Wellens to beat, and Wellens with a great tackle. Wick play the ball, Leslie Vinacolo.
This shows you there that quite a few of the St. Helens players who are resting on the laurels. They thought this game was well and truly over. It isn't.
Not at all.
3 feeble attempts at the tee to get down onto the legs.
Stuart Fielden. And I think Kieran Cunningham has emerged from the dugout. Here is Deacon. Myers. Brad Myers. Oh, Vinnie Anderson couldn't get to him. This is Harpy. Shantane Harpy just short of the line. Last tackle, Leslie Vinacolo. He's got it down. Vinacolo has it down. The referee will go for clarification from the video referee.
Shantane hasn't taken anybody out as he's gone through. Secondly, just check the
well, it's great work.
He's got it down fine.
Super work there.
Has Shantane Harpy taken somebody out, the referee wants to know.
Well, he gets defended here, and then he plays the ball. Nope.
But he walked straight through the middle of the ruck.
Try
He's supposed to stand still.
This is try time. His own player pushed him out of the way. Has he utilised him?
Does he ground the ball though, Steve-o, in the first effort?
Not in the first effort. No, not in the first effort, but it's still moving. And then you'll see it dip and hit the deck. There it is. That's try time. TRY will go up on the screen. The fingers prove it. And the big fella has a smile. And why not? This will be TRY.
It will be. Leslie Vinacolo with the 4-pointer, second try. He is now 2 away from overhauling Mark Calderwood. 25 for the season, needs 27 to be top try scorer. He's nearly there.
Oh, great credit to this Bradford outfit. They are showing their mettle. And it all came about, you know, by that silly head-eye tackle from Nick Fozzard, and it has allowed the Bradford Bulls to get some sort of cohesion back. Happiness in the smile on the face of the big fella.
Big Leslie Vinacolo.
Game on.
100th appearance last week. That's 105 tries now for the Bulls. What a fantastic strike rate. The crowd doing their best to put Deacon off. Kicker of some quality. Oh, he sliced it. Saints clinging on to the lead suddenly, 18-16.
I thought young Hardman was impeded there. I thought John Tane got in his road. Whether he was pushed by his own man or not, did it impede him from making the tackle? Yes. I didn't think it was a try.
Tony Smith's view, not the view of tonight's video referee. And by the way, on Leslie Vinacolo, 10 tries now in his last 4 matches. The last 3 matches.
His strike rate is absolutely phenomenal.
Well, there's a fellow there who could win the grand final for Bradford. Now then, I bet they're getting jittery in Warrington. There's 9.5 minutes to go. 18-16, Saints are ahead. Here's Leslie again. Just bounces Mason out of the way.
They've got to keep the composure, St. Helens.
Kieran Cunningham's on.
They've got to make sure that they don't give meters away by giving away a silly penalty.
Great ball. That was a wonderful pass from Leon Price. Langley plays the ball to Ian Henderson. Here is Jamie Peacock. Peacock drops the ball to deck. It's Ian Henderson again.
They're going to pinch this, you know.
Hazard did really well then. He stuck to Henderson like glue.
Well, he certainly made up for that silly penalty that he gave away. Bounced him down. The hooker had no option. He was trying to offload, and the spinning around, a little wink says, I think I've repaid my coach.
Here's Anderson. Won everything at the Bradford Bulls during his career there.
Oh, he's
and it's a knock-on.
Well, there's been some unusual, controversial calls by the officials tonight.
Well, Paul Anderson is convinced that the ball was stolen from him here, but it wasn't.
No. He tried to offload. Why on earth did he do that? His coach, Daniel Anderson, will have a few words to his namesake. Why on earth do you do that? You're only 2 points in front. You were looking for field position.
Here they come down this left channel again with Harpy and Vinacolo. Harpy, though, taking it back in field and giving the ball to Radford. This is Henderson. And Johnson again. And Paul Johnson is going in the corner. Second try for Paul Johnson for Bradford. Well, Bradford have come back off the canvas and they now lead against St. Helens. Just as they did last week, they looked out of it in the home match against Huddersfield and they came back and won that one. And they look like they're coming back to win this one.
Why on earth, sorry Phil, but why on earth did Anderson try to offload in an absolute impossible situation? And full credit, Phil, to this man.
Oh, well, I was just going to say, we're going to ask Willie Tallow for this watch back here that we gave him a few minutes ago. I think Paul Johnson has been by far Bradford's certainly best player, and it's debatable and whether Dave Hadfield and the members of the journalism whether he has been the best player of the match, but he's been sensational. That's classic centre play, Steve-O. In and away on your man, score in the corner.
It certainly is, and I think that's probably the first missed tackle that we've seen from Willie Tallow throughout this game. This is phenomenal. Well, they've had so many heartaches at this ground as the Bradford Bulls. So many times have they arrived here, and they remember the classic where they lost in the dying seconds. Who will ever forget that?
Deacon with an important kick then. Deacon misses.
Still game on.
Very much so. 18 points to 20, but in the Bradford Bulls' favour. At the moment, they are going third in the table. They will play next Friday night at the moment. Third against six next Friday. Sky Sports 3 at 7:30.
We talk about
fifth, Sky Sports 1.
We talk about
Saturday.
Composure. Tony Smith, how do you feel when you see a forward give away a silly penalty right under your own stick, and then Anderson, for no apparent reason, tries to offload when they're leading the game?
Yeah, it's a tough one, Steve-O. That's part of why they're good as well, because they do those sort of things and they come off. You know, yes, he needs to learn from that. It probably wasn't needed, was the point, but...
Take nothing away from Bradford, though, Tony. It's 3 tries in 8 minutes.
Exactly right. They've shown a lot of spirit and comeback here. I think we were all writing them off at one stage, but, you know, the other thing about Saints, they've got a history of coming back in these sort of situations. It'll be interesting to see if they can tonight.
Hazard nearly gave away another penalty, then he had a slap at Adrian Morley. Well, not the best kick from Ian Henderson. Aidy Gardner to run it back for St Helens. Do they have it in them to win this match? Do they have it in them to maintain their unbeaten run? Wellens will try to. Penalty, that will help them. Bradford was round the neck of Wellens.
Well, it's a really seesawing game, this. Unbelievable. And there's nothing wrong, as far as I'm concerned, in that either. It has been one controversial game.
Well, Paul Deacon has been the leading goal kicker in Super League 3 times in the last 4 seasons, but tonight he has missed on 3 occasions. Will they live to regret it? Vinnie Anderson.
Still a few twists and turns in this game.
Here's Paul Anderson.
Will we see a run from Cunningham?
Well, here he is. No, it's into the arms of Roby. Now it's with Fozzard.
Adrian, movement! Marking square!
4 tackles. Cunningham. Now he has a run. Flicks the pass. Wilkin. Mason. Bennett. Bennett. They claw him down on the last. Vinnie Anderson. Infield to Paul Wellens. And then to John Wilkin, and wide it goes to Fari Fasavalu, and the pass goes into Bradford's arms. Paul Johnson. Let's go to Dave Hadfield and let's find out who is the man of the match.
Well, some good signs for Bradford looking towards the playoffs. Adrian Morley much more his old self. Ian Henderson we've been pretty impressed with as well. I must say Phil Clark called it right. We were on the point of giving it to Willie Talau, who'd clearly been Saints' best, but just ahead of him, just nudged his nose ahead of him. Clearly Bradford's best player, as he was last week, has been Paul Johnson and 2 crucial tries. He's our man of the match tonight.
Oh, Leon Price! Leon Price has done St Helens up the middle, and Leon Price will make sure that Bradford go into the playoffs in 3rd place. A magnificent try from Leon Price. Absolutely sensational. Just the speed and the swerve, and he was away. And on a ground he will grace next season. Leon Price takes Bradford into the playoffs in 3rd.
Well, I know you've been singing the praises of Talau and Johnson, but for me, I think this guy has had an outstanding match right the way through. He's done everything. Been pretty solid in defence. He's chimed in, and many periods he's gone into the dummy half section, and that is sheer quality. Super skill, a wonderful try, and go, says Noble, and Noble it is. Very noble indeed. They've snatched it. They've done a Saints on Saints.
They have. Fantastic try from Leon Price. Good enough to win any game, and Deacon adds the extra 2. It's 26 points to 18, and Bradford, well, they've come back from the dead.
Unbelievable, isn't it? But take nothing away from this fella, the fullback Leon Price.
Well, they were so happy not long ago, the St Helens supporters.
And they'll look towards those things, as I mentioned again. Anderson offloaded, Fozzard hit him. Then we saw Fasavalu trying to offload near the line rather than kick to try to get the ball back.
Bradford aren't finished yet. That's a great run from Henderson. Bradford to Yestin Harris. Langley, Deacon, Harpy, Vinacolo! Harpy manages to hang on. Good tackle from Roby. Harris on the bounce, picked up by Morley. Here is Robbie Paul. Wide it goes. Johnson, they're in again. Oh, maybe not.
Did he touch the flag?
He's going to make sure that he stayed in there.
It's Ben Harris who is asking the question of the video referee.
Not too sure here. That's try time.
Look at the elbow.
Yeah. The ball's down before the elbow hits it. They have just blitzed St Helens apart. This is phenomenal. Well, we said there were plenty of time, and they have just gone absolutely crazy. T.R. White.
Try is given to Ben Harris. Well, Bradford are going to take some stopping. They looked down and out. And they have come back and they have scored 5 tries without reply in the last quarter of an hour.
They did it last week. They did it last week against Huddersfield, when it looked like the Giants had it all sewn up. They've done it again. This is phenomenal. Incredible. What a game. What an end to this. They were celebrating. They were polishing the league leadership's helmet.
Well, they're going to get that anyway.
Yeah, but they were polishing it even more and more. Phenomenal.
And he has kicked the goal, Paul Deacon. And it's 32 points to 18. And the game has turned in the last quarter of an hour. And Bradford, you have to give them immense credit, because lesser teams at 18-8 would have been done and dusted. But 5 tries in the last 15 minutes.
And it has shown you that you have to have faith in your performance over 80 minutes. Not 50 or 60, but faith. And if you keep doing the right things, eventually we're going to get to a point of the game where we can win it. And they've proved that here in the last 15 of this match.
They've taken St Helens' unbeaten home record off them.
And in what a great fashion.
And in style.
We
We
mentioned the fact, Eddie, that we've been looking late in this game to see who had more petrol in the tank. Obviously, the Bradford side have been queuing up at the pumps this week.
This will be the last tackle of an outstanding performance in the last quarter of an hour from Bradford. Referee's heard the siren now. Leon Price, he will be here in a Saints jersey next year, and they will be salivating at the prospect of that after that performance. And Leslie Vinocola, well, he falls just short of Mark Calderwood's top try-scoring achievement this year. 2 from him, he's right. But 5 tries, 24 points in the last quarter of the match for Bradford. It just takes some of the polish off the league leaders' shield presentation that's on its way. And if that is a precursor of a possible grand final between these two, there will be no one complaining about that. No one, that is, other than our special guest tonight, Tony Smith, and all the other coaches involved in the top 6 at the end of the season. Sensational from the Bradford Bulls and Brian Noble.
Unbelievable. They were lucky to get out of jail against Huddersfield last week. Even their own fans said yes, they were. I just cannot believe what I've just seen here. As I mentioned in the commentary, Bradford have done Saints on the Saints. Tremendous. This will wipe away some of the bitter memories of so often that the Saints side has inflicted upon the Bradford outfit.
There's the man of the match. Paul Johnson goes home with the Tissot watch and 2 very valuable points, and Bill is waiting to talk to him.
Paul, congratulations. You guys leave it late these days, don't you?
Yeah, you know, we're just trying to tough it out. We've worked all year for this, and we just seem to get it better and better each week, and proves it again tonight. We're pushing for it.
You left it late against Huddersfield and came good. Left it late here. It's not a wise thing to do against Saints, is it?
No, it was touch and go then in the second half. You know, they had a lot of pressure and a few back-to-back sets, but we toughed it out. You know, we're a fit team and we just bounced straight back.
Well, 3rd place is yours. Obviously, home advantage, a significant factor.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what we're aiming for. You know, we didn't want to come away with a loss tonight, and 3rd place and we're at home. That's us.
I think Hull.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you know, we'll look at this game on Monday, and then we'll take Hull.
But you get the feeling that you're building at just the right time.
Definitely, definitely. We're just pushing each week and getting better and better. The confidence is coming, so we're just looking forward to the next game now.
Well done on the man of the match performance tonight, Paul.
Thanks.
Adrian Morley alongside. Well, you've timed your run well, haven't you?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, it's an exciting part of the year to come back. So yeah.
How hard has it been coming into a side that's obviously, you know, knows each other very well, and you having to slot in, and you can't hang around, can you?
Yeah, no, it's very tough. I mean, you know, just finding out the moves and the different combinations has been tough, but it'll just take time to learn it, and I'm more pleased with today's performance than last week's.
What do you make of the way the side is performing?
with the playoffs approaching now?
Yeah, I think they're a bit formed just at the right time. I mean, it's a quality side from 1 to 17, so yeah, exciting.
Well done tonight. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Well, Philip Hindle, who is the president of the Rugby Football League, is about to present the trophy to the injured Sean Long and also Kieran Cunningham, tonight's skipper. It's a hollow celebration, but they finished top of the table on merit, and that is the league leaders' shield. The important work is still to be done, but they have finished top of the pile after 28 weekly rounds, and they will get the home tie in a fortnight's time against Leeds, and if they lose that, they'll get the second bite of the cherry at home the week after that. So they have a glorious opportunity of getting to Old Trafford because of their season's work. But the season's work is not over yet. The league leaders' shield is in many ways the minor prize. What's to come at Old Trafford, that's important. Bill has got Kieran Cunningham with him.
Kieran, it's not quite the same. I mean, a trophy to hold up, but now you've lost your home record, ending the season on that note. Bit of a disappointment, obviously.
Yeah, it was very disappointing. We set out, it's a tough game, you know, it's the last game of the season. We know how big 2 weeks' time is for us, and you know, it's almost like the game before the semi-final of the Challenge Cup. It's just, you know, you've just got to get through it, and you know you've got to try your best, but maybe it was looking a bit far too down the track.
Well, I mean, it's obviously in people's minds the fact that you were on the bench for about 70 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I spoke to the boss at half time, and I didn't think he was going to use me. You know, I thought I was part of the Sky crew, sat on the bench here, but you know, I got 10 minutes, but you know, I couldn't do anything really. It was a little bit too late. Bradford wanted it a little bit more than us, but different kettle of fish in 2 weeks' time.
Well, that's it. It's a question of prioritising, isn't it? And obviously, that is the priority now.
You know, it's a funny game, rugby league. You always say that you never look too far down the track, and you look at the next game, and in the back of our minds, we know what we can achieve, and we know what we could have done. We nearly sneaked the game tonight, and I thought we defended well. We attacked very poorly, but you know, we've got 2 weeks to reassess that, get some players gelling together, and like I said, 2 weeks' time, it's a completely different game.
It's obviously difficult when you lose players like Sean Long, Darren Albert, obviously Lee Gilmore as well. He'll be back though, but adjusting to something like that must take a bit of time.
Well, it does, but you know, Sean Long can't make all the tackles for us, and Darren Albert can't make all the tackles for us. You know, there were some sloppy tackles missed, and we've got the players out there who can win this thing for us. You know, it's whether we step up as a group of people or we step up as individuals. It's, you know, that's the key factor.
Thanks, Kieran.
Thank you very much.
And Kieran's coach Daniel Anderson here as well, just suggesting there that it's now a question of maybe raising the game another notch in a couple of weeks' time.
Oh, and we'll be up for that. You know, congratulations to Bradford. They'll probably